This is absolutely fucking incredible. You know why this is incredible? Well, I mean, it's not just because my amazing, super long time, award winning girl performer, penthouse pet bestie, Jayden Cole is here. But also, it's incredible because this is like literally the shoot I always wanted to do but haven't done yet. Because my pool has been in a cover of FHM magazine, which is cool. And my pool did a little lead up where the girl came up out of the water, like, a perfume commercial.
Out of
Yeah, or Fast Times at Ridgemont High kind of a feel kind of thing.
Fast Times at Ridgemont.
But we've never done, like, you're christening the pool.
I'm christening it.
On video.
Yes.
Yes, because it's, not in my personal life, I have used the pool, with lots of, verb and gusto. But,
so no one's shot an orgasm happening
yes.
on this pool.
Yes.
Well, I insisted.
And an anal orgasm, too, which is pretty fucking special because this is actually the first time I've seen something in your bum. So how did you first get into the business?
How did I first get into the business? God damn.
I mean, this is a good story. I've heard the story before, but this is a good story for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got in by doing Playboy, really.
Really?
Playboy magazine back in the day.
Yeah.
They had
Back when Playboy US was a thing. You know what I mean?
I remember one of the last seasons of Girls Next Door was being aired on E! Channel.
Right.
So I remember it was like a big part of pop culture at the time.
Yes.
And I actually did, when you test for Playboy, they try to get to know your personality
That's
so that
right.
they can create a photo shoot around whatever your hobby is.
Yeah.
And so I think I went in with red hair and they put me in a bar as like an Irish bar just to kind of go with the theme of the red hair.
Right.
But then when I did tell them that I surfed, and so they were like, no way, we're doing like kind of an Orange County themed.
Neat.
That was also, that will date of the issue just because, OC was kind of a thing in the early 2000s.
Yeah, back in the 2000s.
Right? There was like a billion TV shows. So they wanted to make a girls born and raised in Orange County, California. Yeah. So that's okay. Yeah. My time in California, you've been great to me. Yeah. Sayonara. Love you. Love to visit.
Okay, so you did Playboy.
Yes.
And then...
So I was living a normal life.
Right.
I was waiting tables and bartending, cocktailing. Wow. I had those 3 jobs. I don't remember exactly which ones I had at the time.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, that was super fun.
Okay.
What a once in a lifetime experience. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it. And then about like a year later, I guess I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I went to an agent that I knew did a lot for Penthouse. And so that was like the first thing I got into right when I started. I said, I want to do solo scenes. I want to see if I'm comfortable with it. December, late 2009.
Gotcha.
And then I met Holly Randall. I remember I had like a go-see with Suze Randall.
Oh, for sure. So they're going to shoot you, yeah.
Suze and Holly, and then I had like a photo shoot with Josh Ryan from Playboy.
Right, I remember, yeah.
So, and then I got into Penthouse, and I actually only gave them 2 days a week for availability. And those 2 days were getting filled up with awesome shoots. Twisties and fucking Danny.com.
Right, Danny.com, I remember, yep.
And I met all y'all people, and I thought you were wonderful and way more professional. I don't know if it's way more professional than I thought. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just was curious to see if this was something I could pursue.
Sure.
And then sooner or later, I quit one job and increased the number of days that I would shoot.
Right.
And then I quit another job and then off to the races.
Right. Yep.
It was off to the races. And then I discovered feature dancing like a year later, and I was like, man.
Which is amazing for you.
What a solid foundation.
Because you have such a great personality, and you're such a great talker, and you actually genuinely like meeting your fans.
Yeah.
And you like to connect with them. You catch up with them on your cam shows, and you know a lot about them personally. They know about you personally, and they know about your little dog, and stuff like that you're into. That it makes it a much more special appearance. You know what I mean? The people want to go see you.
I truly believe I wouldn't be as successful on all the sites that we do if it weren't for feature dancing, as well as the shoots that I was shooting for, the companies that I was shooting for. Penthouse a lot was great to me. Girlfriends Films, the lesbian companies. And when I got to shoot for a big boy-girl company, Dog Fart.
Right.
Of them.
That was an incredible girl scene that we shot too. That was absolutely amazing. Like it was like a never before moment for us. So
They're
that was
so-
pretty awesome.
The three of us had bomb chemistry. It was
Yeah.
just super chill girls. I'd like to think that I bring that out of girls that I work with.
Because they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Just like your fans, right? They feel very comfortable.
True story.
and
I do
connected.
definitely want everyone to feel comfortable when they're approaching me or talking to me or even watching my scenes. We're in this together, man.
You actually kind of split time now, like where you're on tour feature inching, you'll come back for a week or two and shoot. You come back to Vegas, we shoot some content together, then you're back out on the road again, like, which is pretty cool because it kind of keeps your batteries charged, right? You don't.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Right?
Honestly, it's a great rotation. It really fit like my lifestyle. I was free. I could jump off, and I was taking opportunities to kind of travel and see
Sure.
different cities,
Which is
when I
pretty
could.
awesome, right?
Which is incredible. I couldn't have even imagined it. I remember, like when I would go to strip clubs just for fun when I
Yeah,
first
I
got in
bet.
the industry.
I bet.
I would see the flyers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What is this? I want to in on this."
You hear that, guys? She used to go to strip clubs for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still do.
Well, I know, because I've seen you there. We've gone to strip clubs together, actually, now that I think about that. Yeah! Okay, so before you got in the business, had you hooked up with girls?
Yeah, of
So
course.
you had hooked up with girls a lot? Like, you mean you'd find some girl that you were bartending and she'd be pretty cute and you'd be like, I don't think you should drive home. I think I should drive you home.
I wasn't-
Wow, chicken, wow, 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 wow. It's starting the scissoring, scissoring.
I wish I had a cool fantasy story like that, but it was more like girls that I had been friends with for a while, and
Nice.
then we would like after a couple of drinks like hook up, and because it was just so much
Perfect.
easier and
Couple of drinks,
So-
yeah.
always felt like less pressure.
We should practice
girls.
kissing for like when
I
we
forgot.
were with boys, right?
Yeah. Do boys touch you like this?
Right. You start finger blasting her, right? Okay, so you realized you really liked women
Ah,
before you got into the business, which is why you were comfortable sharing your. I mean, because it's pretty obvious when you're doing a scene. Like you really like girls. It's not like licking from the side of your mouth, you know what I mean, kind of
So
stuff. It's like
there's just
you're just
nothing.
like in there, you know what I mean.
a girl all dolled up. We get dolled up and then get to make out. It's just pretty
Yeah.
much as good as it gets. And then
Yeah.
I did a lot of actually like Skinamax, Cinemax, late
Oh,
night
of course,
HBO.
yeah, the late nights, yeah, me too, right?
I mean,
Those are funny too because a lot of times you're not working just with people who are in the business, and so your assistant will come to your trailer or whatever, and they have like a variety of, for the guys anyway, flesh-colored socks,
Yes!
that are
Oh
different
my
lengths,
God.
kind of. So you're not really naked as it was, you know what I
Right.
mean? And then they have a little patch for you, like different size patches for you to cover your lady bits.
yeah, a lot of times when you shoot going down on a girl
Yeah,
in softcore,
yeah.
it's just easier to really do it.
Yeah, of course.
It's just
And
easier to go for it.
I think your partner probably appreciates you as a woman a lot more. She's like, oh, wow, she really cares about me. Oh, my God. And then the orgasm's real in the softcore, which is pretty cool, too. So
Don't mind the flock of
Don't
birds.
change.
I invited them to watch.
they're all over here. It's,
They're
my
lined up.
house is
on
like
the roof.
Bambi, right? And they're all over on the fucking grass. They're like, wait a minute, they're doing an interview? I got to get in on this, too, man. I want to see who's fun. Oh, my God, it's Jayden Cole.
I
So-
always thought the Skinamax stuff was so much fun because you got to actually work with a lot. You were on set all day, so it was kind of like summer camp
Yep.
where you're doing work, but you're with your gang. You've got the guys, the male performers, and the girl performers, and I always thought it was fun to get to know the guy performers,
Yeah.
especially when the pressure's off.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to actually perform sexually, so
Yeah.
there's a little less pressure.
Yeah.
They're not so tense, and
You
everybody's
get to
just having
find
a
out
good
who they
time.
really are, not
Yeah.
their stage persona. Which
And they're
is
always
cool.
down to eat your pussy for real.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan Driller. I'll never forget that. That was great.
In your personal life, have you ever had a threesome? Or two girls at the same time? Or two boys at the same time?
Yeah, a guy and a girl for
Nice.
sure.
Okay. Okay.
Guy and a girl for sure.
Okay.
Um,
And did you like that more or less? Or what do you think is the optimum,
I thought it
like?
was so much fun. I mean, I couldn't say it was more or less. It was more like, sometimes I like going to Mastro's Steakhouse, and then other
Yeah.
times I like going to fucking, KFC. It's just two different.
Nice.
It just
Nice.
depends on the occasion, and
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
like you can plan something like that out.
Yeah, it's a little spontaneous usually.
Yeah, but that's what's beautiful about it,
Now, what about anal? Have you done anal in your personal
Yes,
life?
I have. But I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so I've done anal, but it has never been with like a guy whose dick is porn star size.
Yeah, okay, so been a smaller wiener, which is, honestly, that's the only time every guy will tell you that their dick is not that big.
Right,
Don't worry, it's not that big. It's, you know what I mean? All right, and then, just to convince you that you should try it, right?
But you know what? The human body works in fabulous ways.
And
makes
so
it happen.
you've had anal orgasms versus vaginal orgasms.
Sure.
What advice would you give to a girl who maybe had a bad experience, right, but wants to try it again with somebody who really kind of cares about having a good time with them? And like, how do you have like a special technique to like clean or prep or lube you like, or what's the best way for you?
I would definitely say like don't overthink it, but also don't overdo it when it comes to like your food the next day. You don't want to have like a Thanksgiving meal the night before, but at the same time, like your body, you're gonna be good. Don't overthink it. It's just a different sensation that I think you're not used to. And my trick is always, like today, for instance, was so perfect because my call time was 2 p.m. I am a super early riser. I wake up at like 4:35 every day.
Yeah.
So I had time to work out, go home, make sure that I could start the process and making sure my ass was squeaky clean. And
Nice.
I like to before I ventured off into the land of having my anal virginity taken, I got a proper butt plug that is, I like to wear the cute fancy ones, but one that is like this thick all the way around, so it sticks in there
and it relaxes that muscle.
Yeah, it's like a muscle.
So then it's easy. Yeah.
So treat it slow, like you would any muscle. You don't want to pull a cold muscle.
Yeah.
You want it to be warm, and by warmed up, I mean just like take some time, lay in bed on your side like this. I like to lay in bed. This is what I did this morning. Like 10 a.m. all my shit was done, and I was just like watching TV, and I was like, put it in my mouth a little bit, and then just kind of like work it out, and then
That's
make
so
sure
romantic.
it's good. Make sure it's all good in there. And then leave it in for a few hours.
Oh, fucking
Play with it.
leave
Get
it in.
used to it.
Leave it in.
And that muscle memory will form around your sexy little toy.
Incredible.
Right.
Okay, so you got the good advice there. Now let's talk about something that maybe somebody doesn't know. You have pets. You have a little guy.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your little guy.
My little sidekick.
Yeah.
My little squirrel.
He's so cute too. He likes me.
Oh, he loves you.
Yeah.
He has daddy issues, He's always looking for daddy. So when
So when did you first get him?
I got him in 2011. There was actually a guy in the industry who works part-time, I think, for some of the agencies. We actually had never met. We just everyone knew each other on Twitter in the early days of Twitter, right? In 2011, 2012. And I remember this guy quit the industry and moved to Florida, started working at a no-kill animal shelter.
Gotcha.
His mom ran or some shit.
Oh, that's cool.
And he would just post pictures all the
him.
time.
I like him.
No guys no real animal shelters were posting pictures because Instagram had like just popped off, so it was kind of a thing that everyone was getting used to. So I was like in love with all these animals.
Right.
And he found this little Yorkie with a tail, and I was like, how the fuck did you get this puppy? I was like, what do I got to do to get that dog? Because I'll be near you for feature dancing in like 3 weeks. Can I come bring him, pick him up, get him?
Nice.
And I had a friend in Florida, and we drove down, and it's been mine ever since.
Wow. Now, who watches your little guy when you're out of town, though?
He has a couple different babysitters.
Oh, that's awesome.
He has a couple different, although I do have family that will come take him anytime.
Oh, that's nice.
That's his number one. But he also he loves a sleepover with aunt or uncle, whoever.
I bet. Yeah.
For sure.
One of these days, maybe I'll be lucky enough to get a sleepover.
Oh, I love that! And I make sure his food is all prepackaged.
Oh,
you
so
just have to dump it out. It's all good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Little packages with lots of instructions.
Now, maybe some folks don't know, but you're not just like a ladies' lady. You like doing like the cool stuff too. You like shoot guns and Jeeps and outdoor stuff, and you know what I mean.
I'm a real dyke inside.
How did you first realize that you liked that kind of stuff?
Oh God, when I was a kid, we used to go on camping trips. And my family, the men in my family would take me on camping trips. So I'd be this young girl.
That's what I'm talking about.
On a dirt bike, quad riding. I had a little pink and white 80.
Yeah.
That I used to ride, and then I have a lot of military veterans in my family.
Nice.
So I've been shooting a .22 since I was probably like 7 years old, but then Colt 45. That was kind of the one that I learned how to shoot as far as
Nice.
handgun goes. And once you're used to a Colt 45,
Yeah, you
can
can shoot
pretty much
anything.
shoot anything.
Although I will tell you, folks, not only is she a good shot because we've gone out shooting before, she actually runs an optic on her pistol, just so you know. So she's in the cool kids crowd right there.
Now that is my baby, my 9mm. However, I am a huge revolver fan.
And with good reason too. Those things are great.
They're fantastic. They're so just foolproof.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You never have to worry about a malfunction with a revolver.
Never. And they've got, I like them all. I like the classic ones with the pearl white handle.
Yeah.
And I love like a 45, I think is with a long barrel. But then I also have a fantastic, very modern 38 caliber. It's 5-shooter Smith & Wesson revolver. And
that's like
my
an air light
main
then, right? Yeah, it's an air light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
that's
main
fucking cool.
That's my main like safety.
Yeah,
Always
your
kind
carry
of.
gun, yeah? Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the one to have, and I love shooting with it because you go from like I'm a little rusty, I haven't done this in a few weeks, to like by the end you're like I'm like this is like a second hand to me.
Yeah. Now, is there something that you have hobby-wise that maybe some of your fans don't know that you actually like? I don't know, maybe traveling or like riding ATVs or whatever.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me because I have long legs, I'm super tall, so they always ask me if I play team sports. They're like, did you play volleyball? Did you play basketball? Did you play any of those sports? And I'm like, I started riding horses when I was 5. I started jumping when I was 6. And I did my first hunter jumper show when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And so that shit, once you do that, like volleyball, stuff like that just seems a little mediocre.
Incredible.
So I've experienced hunter jumper. However, I do like the Western stuff too.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I like to play around, run barrels from time to time. In fact, the last horse that I showed in a hunter jumper show was actually a quarter horse.
Really? Okay.
He was magic. I can show you pictures later. Okay. He's magic. So yeah, that's kind of my jam.
Now, craziest place you ever had sex?
There hasn't been too many crazy places. I'm not like a public sex person.
That's probably better anyway because nobody wants to get in trouble.
No one. I'm not someone that ever wants to get
fantasy,
in trouble.
it's great, but not actually getting in trouble.
Like, let's keep it legal,
Yeah.
right? I remember like when I was younger and like first having like my first boyfriend, we went to a community pool, but late at night when no one was there, and we fucking fucked. There was like an open cabana that wasn't obviously being used. It was nighttime, and we fucked in there, and it was like wild to me.
That's
so
cool.
I was like, am I really doing
That's
that?
fucking cool.
I know. I am cool. I'm not so vanilla.
Now, what about traveling? Is there some place that's on your bucket list of things to do, places to go?
So I am a certified scuba diver. So I have a top 3, and I've already knocked number 1 off my list.
Which
number
is?
1 was the Maldives.
I can't wait. I just saw a fucking deal that my buddy posted in our Subaru group for a week in the Maldives.
Which
and I'm
hotel?
like, fuck, I can't wait. It's in December. I'm like, I'm gonna go because I just recertified all my gear.
You should go, and December would be
can't wait.
fantastic.
It's a good time to go.
I gotta tell you though, like they are like everywhere. They're building a lot.
Yeah.
They're building a lot, and the scuba diving, honestly, it wasn't what I thought it was 20 years ago when I was a kid looking at magazines.
Right.
Looking at it,
Okay.
You're not gonna get as much. I don't know, nature. The world's changing, but this can't help it. So the next on my list is the Red Sea in Egypt.
Oh, okay. You haven't gone yet?
No, I haven't gone yet.
That should
And
be
then
cool. Yeah,
the Galapagos.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I've logged some crazy dives.
You have.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah.
a lot of places. Miles is well traveled and well dived.
Before my battery dies, tell us, where can we see more of you on the interwebs?
Okay, you can see more of me. All my official sites, safe for work and not safe for work, is on GratefulRedTour.com. My Instagram, Grateful Red Tour, is still up and running. And my Twitter, my favorite social media platform, is just at Jayden Cole, Jaydencole.
Bye.
That was fun, guys.